Hello, Matt at Lite Studio with today's AEO tip. Today's tip actually worked for traditional SEO and is super important with AEO. Simple, keep your code clean and minimal. Here at Lite Studio, we work primarily in Webflow. So I'd like to take a look at some examples of how you can use less code while building your site.
Webflow is a great tool and gives you lots of elements to work with. Sometimes too many elements. It almost allows you to kind of create layouts and pages incorrectly, just kind of constructing them with too many divs or nested elements or containers inside of other containers. So what you want to do is add, more styling to one element so that you're not kind of adding additional elements in place of that. So let me give you, 3 examples as I'm already kind of stumbling to articulate. So here we have a section. Most users, what we see them do is, they're going to, let's say, add a div block here to the body. And then they're going to call that something like separator, let's say, and say that it needs to be 100 pixels. Then they'll add their next section after that. Okay. But have we considered, if we get rid of this section and this section, creating that padding, or that margin rather, just by adding the necessary styling onto the section. So now we have margin of 120 underneath. We have margins of 5% on each side. That'll keep it centered. And when we add our next section, the effect is the same, but we've already eliminated that extra div in there, which is a reduction in code. The next example I would say is, what we'll see a lot is like somebody will add let's say an H2. Let's put it inside our container. And then they want to say H2. And then they want to say center. That's not how you spell center, I'm aware. Center. And then they'll, center the text from there. So we have an extra style selector already. But what if we get rid of that? What if we don't even need the H2 because we already styled our all headings and we just add the centered text to the container? Same fix, right? Go ahead and undo that. Another one. A lot of people like Webflow columns because it says columns and it seems like it's going to be easier. So let's drop those in there. But you have all of this kind of coding that's packed in here. And if you've used the columns, they don't really work that great. And as you make them kind of more complex, there's just more and more going on. And it's slowing the site down. But you could just use a div. We'll call it columns. And you could just add as many as you need using percentages. So we'll call this column 50%. We're halfway there. Put some text in so we can see what we're doing. Right. Why don't we duplicate the column? That's not it. We want to duplicate the column. So now we have 2 of them side to side, right? And then we could just call one left and add a little padding, 20 for example. And we'll call this one right. And we'll add a little padding. And now we have 2 nice, simple columns. Same that you would get, but all we did was use 2 divs and a little bit of styling. So those are 3 examples of how, 3 of millions of examples, but I hope this is a good starter of how you can use less code and less elements to help your Webflow site load faster and be more appealing to AEO.
So in conclusion, clean, minimal code loads faster and is easier for search algorithms to pick through. Nothing new here. Focus on these small, consistent improvements that you can make, and it will help your site to be more attractive to AI search. Thanks for checking in with us here at Lite Studios, and we hope to see you soon for more simple, actionable AEO tips.